Welcome back to this magical floating mushroom island. I'm EarthTwister, and I am so excited that you guys are here. Our goal for this episode is to get bees. Now, you may be wondering why it'd be so important for this episode. Well, it's not just any bees. Bees that produce honeycomb. Honeycomb to make candles. Candles, your light source. Not those nasty torches or those fancy lanterns up there. I want to use candles. In order to get bees, you need a special thing called Silk Touch. Now, we have issues here, guys. Issues being, we don't have Silk Touch. That's the first issue. The second issue is we don't have an enchanting table to get Silk Touch with. And the third and final issue is our levels. We're only level 2. And Silk Touch is a level 30 enchantment. That's not going to do us any good. However, in the last... there's a creeper. There's a creeper. However, in the last episode, we did stumble upon this, a zombie spawner. This is what's going to be our ticket to getting to level 30 so we can get Silk Touch. However, it's not ready for us. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here, and it's going to take a lot of time. Fortunately, I know how to make an XP farm right out of this guy, and it's going to be the simplest thing ever. First off, make ourselves another crafting table. I seem to have to make one every single time I go somewhere. Create ourselves some slabs. Pick up the torch, place it on the spawner on the other side. Then we're just going to simply pick up everything inside this chest and this chest as well. Finally, I'm going to count 4 spaces away from the spawner. Pop some blocks up here on the ceiling. And remove a couple of blocks from beneath the spawner as well. And then finish digging the room out. Then we put water in the corners, break a few more blocks, create a lovely little hole in the wall, destroy a few more blocks. You got a kill chamber and create a killing platform for your zombies where you can hit their little toesies, and put a hopper there with some chest, and you've got yourself a fancy little easy made BXB grinder. There's a few other things that we could do to make this a little bit better, and one of those is lighting that area up down there. There's a lot of mobs spawning there, and lighting up that cave out there even better. Let's zombies. I'm gonna sit here at AFK for a little while, figure out a good way to make this look like something we can be proud of, and find an easier way to get to the top, a little bit safer as well, and I may even think about lighting up some of these caves. And done! What do you guys think of the room? It's definitely inspired by an Amethyst geode. We've got the Amethyst, the calcite, and there's the basalt stuff around. And it turned out pretty well. There's a few problems with the design. If you look up on the roof, there's 2 polished andesite there and 1 over there. I forgot to design a way out, and that's what happens when you forget to design. You come up with the best option that you can, and it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. And on top of that, you can see in there, you can kind of tell, barely, kind of, that the spawner is not active. Not active. However, I did find that if I stand on the chest right here, I'm just in the spot where it works. So, yeah, this works. We'll have to just sit here and hope that we can get us some zombies spawn quickly. This leads us up and out and takes us over this way, which leads us into the main cave that we have been going in and out of. This was our old entrance. And over here, I even designed a little looking window. So if I decided that I really wanted to make sure zombies were spawning, here we go. And I think it looks pretty good. I like the deep slate brick with the tinted glass and everything like that. It looks really, really cool. And I did create a little bit of a path just to kind of decorate it out a little bit. The other side over here leads back to the abandoned mine shaft, which this is our way up to the surface, which we'll have to decorate out a little bit. And there is more to explore of this area over this way. Now that we have that problem resolved, there is several problems we need to resolve and talk about, but the main one I want to focus on is our way up and down here. Now, the waterfall is great. It's fantastic. It gets us up here, does this job. But what I want to do is design some other little floating islands and make bridges in between them to get up here and come up to the house, so it's a little bit easier to walk up here. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention involves these two guys right here. These little guys are our two little axolotl buddies. So you've got a brown one and a blue one, and you're wondering, didn't you have a pink one last episode? Yeah, I did. I most certainly did. However, the drowned that didn't? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That was bad timing, bad timing, bad timing. Okay, we'll get that water in a minute. Anyways, the drowned that didn't kill me multiple times, it did kill my other axolotl. Moment of silence. But we've got these two buddies, and everything is okay now. I wanted to mention these guys. We got a couple of heads. And I'm not going to tell you how I got them, but I got them. And yeah, welcome to the world. So I did some work over here. Been working on a way up the mountain, and like I talked about, I wanted to make some smaller islands that eventually work their way up to our larger starter base island. And of course, on top of that, like you have to find a way to get to those islands in order to go up. So I created a this isn't exactly how the staircase is going to look. It's not going to be spruce and then andesite and then cobble. There's going to be some changes to it. But then it comes up to this island here, and we're going to create at least 2 or maybe 3 more islands, each with their own staircases leading off of them. I think it's going to make it look really quite good. I'm really excited about this. I did a little bit more texturing on this island. Instead of it just being dirt on the bottom and then cobble and all that stuff on top, I decided to make it all the way around. And I think that looks a lot better than we have on the main island there. So once we get up to the main island, I think we're going to do a little bit of texturing with that, removing some of the dirt, putting in some mossy cobble and some regular moss as well. I think that's going to make it look a whole lot better. But as for now, let's do a time lapse. Ready, and go. What do you guys think? We've got a few different islands. We've got the really small one right there, which is mostly covered up by our stairway, and then we've got a larger island right there, which you can only half see, and a smaller island there towards the bottom. I think the islands look pretty good. They're really well developed. The staircase needs some work. The next thing we need to do for this episode is going to involve a lot of mining. One fairly productive stream later, and we are a lot richer. We have a lot more going on for us, and things are really shaping up. Let me show you, we ended up with a few extra diamonds, and we even were able to craft a couple of diamond pickaxes. Got a bunch of redstone. We found a couple of buried treasure maps, which was super awesome and gave us a lot of extra iron here, which is really good. A couple of the hearts of the sea, and we got some raw beef. Of course, the raw beef didn't come from mining or from the treasure chests, did they? I guess you'll never know. You'll have to go back and watch the stream. There are a few other good things that we got done as well. I was able to get a few inputs on what to do here. One person suggested that we add some vines to the island. More like they said have moss hang down, but can't really do that. So we're going to get some vines at some point, throw them on the island there, the different islands, and have them hanging off. Kind of like what I did here with the glowberries. I was hoping that those provide a little bit of light down there along with the magma blocks to stop ground from spawning over here. Been having a real problem with that. And another really exciting thing that happened is we have sand in your mouth. That did not seem like it would taste good. Not even in the slightest. But yeah, we got a new friend, a fox friend, in fact. We fed his parrots some sweet berries and stole him away with a lead. He's my friend now. You got name suggestions? Post them in the comments below. Speaking of name suggestions, we got the most perfect one for our friend here. His name? We're now Forever Dub Sky. Thank you, James Ellis, for the name suggestion. We still need to get some name tags. Haven't found any of those yet, and we don't have any librarians, so right now, Sky, we'll just have to remember your name. How do you know it's the cow pen? Not by the cows sitting inside, by the cow head sitting on the fence post. I somehow neglected to mention that we have an enchantment table now. Don't have any bookshelves around it, but we're working on that. We need to do that before we can get our Silk Touch enchantment. And for that, we're waiting on these guys. And for that, we gotta wait on that. Yeah, the wheat field. It's growing real slow. But invariably, this is the part that always seems to hold me up. We don't quite have all the books we need. We need 45. We're about halfway there. And these little tykes just don't seem to want to grow up. So while we're waiting, let's go get some vines. Does this strike anyone else as odd that there are vines growing in the caves? I mean, there's barely any light. There's no, I mean, there's glowberries, but there's no sunlight, no trees to grow from. Yet they're just growing. Hi, come up with me onto the floating island. You deserve to be promoted. You've been out here in the rain far too long. Nameless one. Hey, come on, come inside. You don't have to sit outside anymore. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, Sky. Sky. Yes, it's a very lovely azalea. Very lovely. Come on, let's go inside. Let's put on your leash. Come on. Come on. Sky. Food. Come on. This way. This way. No. No. This way. Yes, through the door. No. You can just sit there. See if we can't get you in. Good. Guard the ladder up. Perfect. You're the smartest dog there ever was. So we got our vines from the cave. Let's go ahead and get some started. And they'll eventually grow, and what we need we'll trim off and put elsewhere. That'll be perfect. It looks great. Aha, they've all grown. Now it is time to breed. After a very long time of killing cows, grabbing wheat, breeding the cows, and killing them again, we finally have our 15 bookshelves. Now we can get our full level enchantment table set up and work on our enchanting now. Okay, so it's not super different than the regular standard enchantment setup, but it does kind of it does create a variation in here with the way it's set up, and I like it a lot. The enchantment table is not it's not as special as I was hoping it would be, but it still does make it nice. When you come up the ladder, you have to come around this way a long ways, and there it is. And like I said, I think it looks pretty good. I could maybe move that guy over there and just get a regular enchantment set up again, but I think I like having that there. Just it gives it a nice flow in a way. We'll come up here and find some other things to put up here that'll make it a little bit more functional, I guess, because after a while, enchanting using the enchantment table is going to be it's not going to be as often. Let's grab our 2 diamond picks and see what enchantments we get. Fortune 2. I'm gonna have to go get some more levels here in a sec. And efficiency 4. That's not bad. That's not bad. And unbreaking 3 with what? Oh, right. Also, if my voice sounds a little bit different, it's because I got a new mic stand. I had been using a regular stand that comes up from the bottom of the mic, and it brings it up just maybe like ½ inch or so. And it was kind of far from my mouth, but now I've actually got an arm that comes off the desk and a foam filter to kind of help reduce sound as well. And I think my voice sounds a lot better. Nice and easy level 30 from our zombie grinder. Let's head back up to the base and see if we can get our Silk Touch. That's not the right way. Alright, let's grab our Unbreaking 3. Hopefully we'll get Silk Touch with it. And efficiency 4. Okay, we might keep both of those picks and combine them for the future. So you get efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, and Fortune 2. Hopefully we can get a Fortune 2 off the enchantment table here. Got a book. Let's try a book, and then we're going to try another pick as well. Quick charge. No, none of that. What will we get on a regular pick? A fortune 2. I mean, it might be worth to get a few levels. We do have enough diamonds to grab that, and we can get a perfect working pick right off the bat. All we would need is mending. Just sitting here watching these zombies spawn, and this dude just came walking out of that way. I guess he has depth strider or something, but that was just crazy. I really like this glass. Fantastic. And on top of it, you can pick this glass up without having silk touch. It's fantastic. Got a couple of other things to add up here while we're working on these enchantments, and that's a grindstone, which will pop right there, and an anvil, which put it right there. That works. What do we get if we do this? That is 13 levels, and we switch it around. Either way, it's 13 levels. Okay. We'll check out what other enchantments we can get. Quick charge one's just not worth it. Got our third diamond pick here, and please give me silk touch. Fortune 2. Just fortune 2. We roll those together, all 3 of those, that gives us the perfect working pick. I think we try one more time. The new pickaxe and see what we can get. So after spending an inordinate amount of time at the zombie spawner, and much longer than I care to admit, we are now level 33, and let's give this 2 more tries. Hopefully we can get our silk touch. Fortune 2. Yes, we'll re-roll you. Last try. Ready? Perfect. That is exactly what we want. What else do you come with? Just silk touch. We'll take it. We'll take it. That means that our plan is in motion. We can go get bees, and everything will just be perfect. Well, now that we have our silk touch pick and our almost perfect working pick, it's time to go on an adventure. I am looking for beehives and wool, I guess. Need to get a bed for adventuring. I don't want to explore too far, because I am going to end up cutting some of these chunks to update to 1.19 when replay mod finally comes out for that. And while we're out adventuring, I did grab our lead so that we can grab a donkey if we see it. I do really want the donkey, mostly because it can be super nice early game shulker box type situation. For now, you are dubbed the sleeping bag. We've been having insane luck this seed with finding all kinds of jungles, and we found our first village. Unfortunately, it's kind of far away from where we've based. All right, we made it to the village. What is in here? If it is anything good? Is there anything good in here at all? Just a bed. Hello, Mr. Villager. You got a chest. Excuse me. Food. More apples. More bread. Decorations. Fletching table. More wheat. And really not much else worth anything in there. Come on, bees. Come out wherever you are. It's spotted. I see a bee. Oh, man. There's a hive. So we know there's at least a hive here. Are there any others in the area? Plop that down right there. Make sure that they're nice and docile for when we mine it up. And let's check the time of day. Let's check that time of day. It's noon. It's basically high noon. We are we're in for a long amount of waiting. See if there's any other hives around here. So long as we have 2 bees, we can start our colony. That's the only hive we have so far. You so hope there are bees inside. Total bee location. I'm guessing that can take... Perfect. That lets me know there's 3 bees inside. Let's pick up our... Well, let's sleep first. It's always better to sleep by the campfire. Pick up our campfire and let's go home. I just found another nest. And there's 1 bee and 2 bee flying around. That is fantastic. On the way home, and we find another nest. Guess we're sticking around for the night. Well, while we wait for nightfall, let's check out the area. There he is. The majestic. Oh no. The majestic. The one, the only donkey. Hello, sir. You're playing with fire. This is quite scary. Let's take you away from here. You take apples as bribes. It would appear that you do not. Give you a bunch of apples and you're still not happy with me, you better be a fantastic donkey. Best friends forever. You know what? I think I'm gonna call him Shulk. In honor of Shulk from our hardcore series, who's over too soon. Moment of silence over. Come along, Shulk. Let's get you back to our bee friends. And now, Shulk, we simply wait for nightfall. We'll snatch that nest and head on home. What a beautiful sunset this is. I can't imagine spending it with anyone else but you, Shulk. Now then, Shulk. Shall we? I hope all the bees are in. 2 bees. That works. Now we go home. Shulk. Meet your new friend, the nameless one. Y'all be tied up here together for a little while until I can find a new home for you. After that little adventure, we have come back with 2 nests, 5 bees total. We found a fletching table and a village. We've got a bunch of flowers. We have recovered our coal reserves and even came back with a bunch of hail. And we even came back with a bunch of hay bales. The next step here is to build a bee farm. I'm planning, really have a plan, maybe up on that hill. We'll put the bee farm there, and in the next episode, we'll create a giant stump or something to put it inside of, make it really look aesthetic and part of the magical vibe here. So let's get building. So I came up to the hill, cleared a little bit of the hill off and a bunch of the trees around here. But guys, I have a confession to make. I'm really not much of a redstone guy. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to redstone. I watched a few tutorials and was completely flabbergasted and just thought, man, that's really complicated and probably not worth it right now. So we're just gonna make a manual farm. Make it quick, dirty, easy. Get it out of the way so we can start having our honeycomb and our honey. So let's get cracking. So what we're gonna do here is grab a flower. Place one down here and one then right next to it. Cover these up with glass. And pop down the nests there and there. That should keep the bees busy there while I go underneath and get the hoppers ready. Alright, bee, get to work. Make me some honey. Looks like it is working so far. We can see that there's honey in this one right here. And our first honeycomb. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's get our first candles made. This is going to be significantly more expensive than just using torches or maybe even lanterns, but it's what I want to do. I like the idea of floating lights, and you can do that with candles, so I think that's going to be pretty sick once we get that done. But for right now, this video that's popped up over on my left-hand side, right over my shield, my left hand, yeah, that video right there, it's the first video of this series, and I would really appreciate it if you'd go give it a watch, give it a like, click share, click whatever you want to make it happen. Leave a comment, whatever. You can do that on this video too. It'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But that video right there on my left hand side, first episode of this series. Check it out, guys. Thank you for watching. Y'all are awesome. Stay awesome. Bye, guys.